If this is your first time of coming across my account, my name is Mrs. Lydia Emmanuel Odwokia. I'm a licensed nurse practitioner, Nigerian trained, practiced in Nigeria, but currently in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, practicing as a nurse. So you're welcome to this space, and I promise you, if you stick around, if you follow the account to be getting notifications, you will not regret because you'll always be thankful you did that, because more good things are coming. Today is day 3 on talking on health related topics. I'm so sorry it's dropping late today because seriously the schedules have been so hectic, but have been very intentional that by God's grace I will not miss any day. So today we are talking about today the 5th of November 2025. We are talking about feminine hygiene. Feminine health, feminine hygiene, we can use it interchangeably. So first, I had to put down my points because I don't want to miss anything. So first, feminine health involves maintaining good hygiene through basic practices and lifestyle, including a balanced diet, regular health checkups, and a whole lot that just improves the general female hygiene, female health generally. So I'm going to be talking about all these things. I will mention a whole lot of them, so please stay tuned and watch through the end, and don't miss tomorrow because you'll be talking about masculine health, for the odogus, the men, so don't miss it. So I categorized it that the first I'll talk on the hygiene practices for the females that promotes female hygiene and female health. Lifestyle and dieting is the number 2. So there's a whole lot I'm going to be listing in all these points. The third one, seeking for health care timely. Then the fourth one, pregnancy care or birth preparedness and coping with life after delivery, either by SVD or CS. SVD means spontaneous vaginal delivery. The CS means cesarean section. These things are very crucial because as women, you see that our anatomy and physiology is very different from that of the male. So, and our life revolves around some of these things that I've mentioned. Like we do hear women having challenges coming back to pick up life very well after delivery. So let's dive into it. So on the hygiene practices, the first thing we are talking about is keeping the genital area clean. Here we are going to be very, very realistic because it doesn't give joy sometimes when people don't take these things seriously. You see that they don't smell nice. People passed around you, like you don't feel impressed because it matters that we take our health as female very, very serious. So keeping the genital area clean, remember your armpits, under your breast, down there, it's important. You know, you have especially trimming the armpits when the hairs are coming out long. You do the needful. Then keeping it neat, we can't do it without water and soap, or if you are using a shower shampoo, it's very important. At least you pay close attention when you're having your shower. Then down there in the genitals, you have your routine shaving. If you're somebody that reacts when you use shaving stick, you can have a specific scissors that is for that purpose, those small pubic hair scissors. Then you trim it low and then each time you're having your shower, you pay attention to ensure that you have run down water to clean it very good. And after passing urine or stool, you also rinse with water. And while you are wiping, if you're using tissue, don't do from the back, like you are bringing from the anal side to the vulva side. No, you clean from up down, don't do from down up. I hope you get the point. Yeah, always wipe from front to the back after using the toilet. Yeah, that's what I mean. Then wear breathable clothing. When it comes to clothing, I know that we have to dress according to the weather. Yeah, so you just do your best that your clothings are neat and clean, and when it's dirty, you do the laundry and wash them. So when it comes to menstrual hygiene, yeah, it's very important. I know these periods is usually challenging for women, but you can be very intentional that still your health will be very intact. So on the hygiene for menstrual flow, it's crucial that the first 3 days, that's where the flow is usually very heavy for those that have 5 days duration. So I always advise people have enough sanitary pad with you, yeah, so that you can do changing every 3 hourly or every 4 hourly at least, even when it is not so soaked. If not for anything, as you go to rinse off your vulva, dry it very well, put new pads. It helps down there, because a lot of times you see that people come out with bruises. Maybe you've used one pad for a long time and it's not healthy at all. So on that aspect of hygiene practices, I also mentioned avoid irritants. Be very, very observant with your skin. Anything that you know that your skin is irritating to it, like some moisturizing lotions and all, just try to avoid it. Then I talked about moisturizing your skin effectively. Yeah. We live in a world that sometimes when you have a lot of schedules, you are rushing to meet up targets, appointments, duty resumption and all. But always know how you plan yourself so that at least you can have that good time for skincare. Like after your shower, you have a lot of time to moisturize your skin. It's very, very important. And I talked about care of the hair. Yeah, it's good you wash your hair, moisturize it. When your braids are old, you lose it, and do something about it. Yeah, if your hair is smelling, you should do something about it. We have a lot of hair moisturizing lotions. In fact, there are also hair sprays. Yeah, so you check out for the ones that are okay for you and then you use it. We talked about skincare for the women, the pedicure, manicure and all. These things you can know how to do the basic things on yourself. Even for me, it's relaxing. A lot of times I can just soak my legs in water, you do all these things, and then it's very okay. If you are somebody that likes painting your nails, you know how you go about it. But for us in the health sector, infection control practices will not allow you that you are coming with painted nails. And so, but during vacations, I take advantage of all those things. So the next one is lifestyle and dieting. Oh my God. You see, staying hydrated is very important as a woman. Remember, we lose blood every month during menstrual flow. So it's important that that's why for the hemoglobin level, the normal range for men and women is not the same range. Yeah, because of this factor. So it's important that we try to always replenish, take your diet very important. I've done some videos before on some things relating to health, so you can watch through in the channel. Eating balanced diet, yeah, this one, it's when we talk about balanced diet, it doesn't mean you go overboard, like beyond your expenses and what you can afford. It's just about you having the knowledge of the right nutrients of which you can combine to supply the new needed essential nutrients for your body, yeah, which is very important. Then exercising, it's one thing that it's also good for the female, for female hygiene, yeah, for feminine health. You should do something that helps you, because when you're active, your organs are also working. It's better than just being at the sedentary lifestyle. And so that's it. Then for the third point, we are talking about seeking healthcare timely. Yeah, this is important. When you pay close attention to your health, you'll be able to know when something is not right or something is strange. Remember, the female body changes over time, so there are even some changes that will be normal as you're advancing in age. But instead of being scared, or maybe you take the wrong advice, when you notice some changes, you can always inform your doctor. Like for instance, if you're having some offensive discharge, maybe it's not smelling the normal way it should, you should be able to take note of it. Signs of infection, like abnormal discharge, yeah, or irritation down there, you should be able to, yeah, even sometimes the pimples are too much. You are confused on what to do, yeah, you can also see your doctor, see a dermatologist. They can make some recommendations. But when it comes to skincare, from experience, I will tell people, be very, very patient, then understand the physiology of the menstrual. So I do advise people try to understand the physiology of the female menstrual cycle, because the hormonal cycles, like the way it changes and all, it affects some of these things. So there are times that some of them will just clear on its own, but sometimes, depending on your skin type, the dermatologist, from their experts, will give you some recommendations, and trust me, it works when you're patient over time. Yeah, I mentioned that the female body changes over time. For the postmenopausal bleeding, I mentioned here that any vaginal bleeding after menopause requires a prompt visit to a gynecologist to rule out other conditions. So yeah, it's one thing also to also prepare your mind as a woman that it will get to that time when the menopause occurs, that you will not always be seeing that monthly flow, and it's something normal. It's something that we should have insight about it. Yeah, it's parts of the feminine health, and there are ways to go about it at that age. And even when you're challenged, your gynecologist can help you to cope well at that stage of life. So yeah, I couldn't help but to mention pregnancy care, birth preparedness, then also coping with delivery after a vaginal birth or cesarean section. So you know that is not the way nature is. There are people that naturally they won't go through this one, because in the reality of life, it's not every female that has given birth. But for people that have given birth, or like during pregnancy, it's one thing for you to really understand that the pregnancy hormones have chances of altering some, like your appearance. A lot of changes comes during that period, and it's one thing for you to understand too that it's a phase, and you have to embrace the changes. You have to be positive about it, and even after delivery, that it takes time for your body to go back to normal, to prepare yourself mentally, prepare yourself psychologically about it. Then be patient. There are things that you can do, like all that time that your abdomen will increase, the stretch marks, or it becomes so dry. There are some moisturizing oils so the skin changes. There are some oil that helps, like you're applying, the stretch marks. Even sometimes your stomach will be so dark. You don't have to feel bad. Those are things that disappears over time after delivery. And this is for a birth preparedness. Even for you as a woman, it's good. We depend solely on God, but wisdom is profitable to direct, the way the scripture says it. It's also good for you to do your own preparation, go for your antenatals. Check yourself when you notice things that you are not comfortable with, or maybe you don't feel good fetal movement. These are things that you should be able to tell your doctor, and then plan ahead of time, make savings. Yes, because like people used to say, pregnancy is a life and death situation. We have seen some women lose their life during pregnancy and all. You just do your own part of preparing, and while you are praying for God to take care of the supernatural aspect. So that birth preparedness, pregnancy care, all these things involves you preparing, because when you have prepared, proper preparation, they say, prevents poor performance. I think that's when in 5 P's of management, back then when we learned it in school, proper preparation prevents poor performance. So that new life that you are bringing in will start from how far you've prepared for his or her arrival, the baby. So you have to put things in place. Yes. Plan, because sometimes labor can be delayed, and then the experts will see that the best thing is just to say, because for the gynecologist, their happiness is that the baby and the mother should be safe. So it can lead to something like that. Maybe emergency says there should be no hindrance because you didn't do all the preparations. And I'm here to remind you as a woman, if delivery have to end in CS, is not a death sentence. A lot of women have survived it. A lot of women have come out strong. So the afterbirth is also important, managing stress, because now you have a new life depending on you. Sometimes it can be exhausting. So you see this in what we call postpartum blues. So postpartum blues is something, it's otherwise called postnatal depression for the women. So it's usually sometimes due to a lot of factors, but I want to encourage us, try to be of help to people around you. If you know that they have delivered, they need help. Like I've talked about, sometimes delivery can be by CS. Even the vaginal delivery, sometimes the pains is still too much. The woman is still bleeding. She needs to have a lot of rest, because it's not easy. The system of the woman, the whole physiology goes through a lot of up and down during the pregnancy period, and then the delivery period. Even when it's by CS, the pain, it takes time for the healing. So especially for people that have perfectionist personality, it takes a toll on them that at that period they cannot help themselves. Sometimes people are helping you to do things, and maybe they are not meeting it the way you used to do, but this is a time that even you as the woman, you should understand that it's a phase. You appreciate people coming around you to help you, And for the husbands, please be of help to your women. Stop telling them your nose is big. You have added too much weight, like I used to hear. Seriously, it takes roughly about 9 months, 1 year, and for some women more than that, for them to truly regain themselves. So please be of help. Be of help. Stay tuned. These 10 days, the last one is not just enough that you're a woman or you're a man, you are married. It's a whole lot to go a long way in the seasons of the relationship to be of help to your partner. So in this part of talking about birth preparedness, and then the delivery, the post delivery care and everything, the men, the odogus, your wife needs you around, if not for any other thing, cheering them up, bringing a new life that is for you. So I hope that this was it's something that has helped somebody, that has reminded you that you should take your feminine health very serious, because how you see yourself, how you take care and nurture yourself goes a long way to reflect in everything around you. So I hope that this has been impactful. It's not just for the women. If you're a man that is watching, it's good. Maybe one day this will be something relatable that you can tell your sister or another woman out there. These are things that we often know, but sometimes bringing it up again can remind us if we have forgotten. So tomorrow we'll be talking about masculine health. Please stay tuned and don't miss it. Don't miss it. We have we have topics mapped out for these 10 days. Oh God, you will not regret checking on this account to see everything that we have unfold. So thank you so much for always going through my videos, and then if it has helped you, go ahead, share to somebody else. Tell somebody else about it. Share it, like, comment, engage, and follow these accounts. Thank you so much. Bye. See you in another episode.